from the beginning of time. Everyone's trying to create some, and then you got some people that decided, hey, I can like use some weird clay mixtures or whatever berries, and I can draw on this rock. I mean, it's creation in its rawest form, and like everybody's trying to create something in general. God created us in His image, you know, as creators, because He's a creator. But I don't believe in God so much.
I consider myself an artist because of graffiti. Nothing else that I've found in the 19 years I've been alive that has ever been like that. Like I've ever been intimate with anything.
Art in general is easier when there's no boundaries, when there's no limits. Perfect tool to broaden a young person's horizon in art. It forces you to learn a culture, it forces you to appreciate all different types of art.
I'm Sky or Death Star, and I paint, and that's about it. I'm graffiti influenced all day. I love doing art. I'm going to be doing it my whole life, you know, whether it develops into one way or another, but I'm very, I'm happy in the position that I built for myself, and happy to see young cats come out, you know, and older cats come back. I think there's, Salt Lake scene is pretty damn cool. There's two different sides of the graffiti world. You must start out as a so-called vandal and whatnot, pay your dues, and then it develops into something else which can be accepted by the general public.
My name is Nancy White, and I manage the graffiti program for Unified Police Department. I have people that go out every day and clean graffiti. Anything that's put up on a wall that hasn't been, you know, you haven't got permission. Property owner would be calling me and saying, there's graffiti all over my wall. Can you help me clean it up? Graffiti's not all gang related. The gang graffiti will look threatening, and there's no artistic value to it at all. It's pretty angular and black and cross-outs, and it looks threatening, where some other graffiti would be initials or a name or, you know, something like that. A neighborhood can be stigmatized by the graffiti that's in it. So property values will go down, things like that. People don't want to move in. I have people that call me and say, I'm trying to sell my house, that people next door have graffiti all over their property. Can you get it cleaned off?
What makes graffiti is it is illegal. Like, to me, I know at the end of the day I could be in jail and I know that I haven't hurt anybody.
The fact that it's illegal, it makes it a rush for, you know, graffiti artists, but it also makes it even more beautiful to, like, the average kid walking down the street when you see something out of place, something that doesn't belong, but something that fits almost. So it's like playing God with, you know, your surroundings and just putting color into a spot where, you know, the black and white norm isn't gonna do.
And art's in the eye of the beholder, isn't it? But if it's on somebody's property, even no matter how good I think it is, if it's on their property and they don't want it there, we help them clean it off.
Street art like that right there, for example, can add to a community and kind of makes it paint a little bit about who we are. Street art like that's behind you, for example, it's just graffiti that represents gangs. I'm not really too much in favor of it, actually.
I think it's usually really pretty. I think there are some street artists who probably need to put in a little more practice before they go out and put it where everyone can see it, but a lot of it is really, really cool.
I mean, that's kind of the point of art, you know, to like push the limit and see what you can get away with, so I don't know. I love it.
I don't see it as graffiti, I see it as art. And I think that we would have less tagging if we had a place where people could express themselves. And I really do believe that. I mean, it comes from back east, we see it on the trains, they have wonderful art. And I think it's the same here, it's art, period.
calligraphy and all that stuff that was made, you know, that's basically graph in a sense. They looked at letters and they were like, hey, let's change this and make it way cooler.
Way fancier.
Yeah. And so, like, if you think about graph nowadays and legal and illegal, it's like, well, I mean, people were doing it so back then, looking at, like, our alphabet and whatever and saying, hey, we can make it look a lot cooler.
You can't be attached to art, and that makes graffiti beautiful because it's not always going to be just framed up in a gallery somewhere where people are going to have to look at it and go, oh, that's that. I mean, I've never seen such beautiful art come out anywhere else but on like a wall that was hidden away in the back of the middle of nowhere. It's meant to be alive in people's faces.